Right, we have finished Dragon Ball Daima. This is my final video on it. Unless something else comes up, well, might eventually play the Kakarot DLC and other video games DLC. I still need to buy Sparkling Zero. That's on my list. I have too many things to buy, too many things to play. Not enough time. Can I have more time, please? One time, please. I need. Maybe like some kind of hyperbolic time chamber. Anyway. Dragon Ball Daima. It's a mixed bag. Definitely a mixed bag. Like, I don't hate it, but it never reached the same levels that Super did. I was like, oh, this is cool. I feel like it just didn't hit the same highs. I think one of my main complaints of it is it's a prequel to the prequel to the prologue, not the prologue, the epilogue, the one. Prequel to the prequel. That's the prequel to the epilogue. We're still within that weird gap of Z, where I feel like anything future needs to be after Z. If we do have anything future, because at this point, well, yeah, the death of Toriyama is like, are we gonna get anything more? I mean, probably, because, you know, money. But who's gonna be the one that does it? Yeah, it's gonna be tough to try and do anything that's kind of based in that universe. You've got to do something based in that universe, because people can accept it as canon. Is given that, you know, pretty much everything we consider canon in Dragon Ball is made by Toriyama. Yeah, GT is kind of become its own thing, because Daima does take GT out of the equation. Yeah, it could have. One of those things where GT kind of fits still, Super, even with Super. But then, this kind of, there's no. Which is also a problem, because, like, why do we never see Super Saiyan 4 in Super? If this is, it's a prequel problem. It's like I really enjoyed it. If you watch back on my thing where I get hype for seeing Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We never got Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Never got Gogeta, Vegito. Oh, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. I want that. I've got cards to that. I've got cards in my collection. That one. Can't remember which. 8 folders there. Other Super Dragon Ball stuff. But I do like Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. I like that crazy hero stuff. That was the anime. It's just kind of bullshit. Still bullshit anyway, but enjoyable bullshit. Kind of doing my hair. I don't know. Daima. That was one of these things where you don't really have a good villain. Let's be honest. The villain is terrible. I was kind of assuming that we'd have, like, as a version of the villain, because generally we've always had, well, if we're going by Z, we've always had a new villain kind of take over. Saiyan Saga, Yada Raditz, then Nappa, then Vegeta, Frieza Saga, Frieza/Namek. You got a whole host of Frieza soldiers, and then eventually get Frieza. They get a whole bunch of transformations. Android Cell Saga. You got 19 and 20. 16, 17, 18. Cell. Bell's all transformations. Boo Saga. You got all the different forms of Boo. This one you just kind of get buff main villain who has a weird eye thing. That kind of has limitless piled up power. And yeah, he's very much. But the thing is, this whole show is kind of going for a Dragon Ball vibe, and I mean, yeah, I never grew up with Dragon Ball. Yeah, I grew up with Z. Z was the thing that was on as a kid. I grew up with Z. I don't think I've ever watched all of Dragon Ball. I do want to. Maybe someday. I keep meaning to. Yeah. Daima, I think I don't get much. So I'm trying to think what. Yeah, it's the fun little adventures. It's a lot of exposition and a lot of kind of retcons and new additions to the Dragon Ball lore. Yeah, the whole demon worlds never seen before. They've been referenced before, especially in I'm going to refer to it. Heroes. Heroes has done a whole thing with the the demon realms before. This kind of thing has just not been touched on. Deborah just shows up and he's like, "Yeah, King of Demons." Anyway, bye. Oh, I'm dead now. I'm turned into a cookie. Yeah, no, he's the one turned into a cookie. Turns people on the stone, then he gets turned into a cookie, and then gets eaten. Then goes to heaven. I think that's anime filler. I think. Or at least it might be just expanded upon. But yeah. I never really came off of it going, yay, this is exactly what I want. Like, I kinda go, yeah. Seeing Super Saiyan 4, finally. After all these years, I wasn't a big fan of Kid Goku going Super Saiyan 4. Much prefer, Adult Goku, which we get right at the end. I don't know, it's a hard one. I just think of that series, I'm just like, like I said, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the little adventure we went on. I originally started this, I think, last year. I watched like 1 or 2 episodes last year. Like, I should go back to do that. I did. Like, I think I maybe done 3 episodes. Yeah. And then it kind of got pushed to the wayside. It's one of those things where I was like, I'll go back to that. And then I had some whole other things going on. My life went crazy. Really. Broke up on my ex. It was crazy. Well, she was a little bit nuts. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. What? Yeah. There's that. I like Daima, but it feels like you're still kind of spinning in space, in place. Yeah, you're just not moving forwards. We're doing more things that are just the prequel. I would have liked more with the other characters. I'm going to pull up names. I remember Pansy, because that name stood out to me as someone who's British, and that's generally I wouldn't say a slur, but not really an insult to people that you call someone a pansy. Pansy, one who is an annoying bitch that has no balls, apparently. Is as the top result on the Urban Dictionary. Or basically, yeah, it's kind of a I'm just a homophobic insult of just someone's a bit weak. I say weak is probably the best, you know. So that as a name, that's she's cool. Yeah, you know, she's a fun character. Kind of just Bulma. And more just, yeah, you have... You kind of have just her dad. But, Florio, I thought more would happen with him. Maybe he'd get... Because we see his powers, and he's, you know, he's fighting Goku. And then that's kind of it. And nothing really happens. Like, you'd kind of expect him to... I thought he'd be doing more fighting. But literally the only real fight we see with him... Well, him joining in the fight, in the main fight, but like, the main fight with him, for Glorio, is just him sparring with Goku. We get to see his cool abilities. And then he's never really used. It's like, one of the, you know... One of the like main characters. We only have 2 like new main characters. In terms of the hero side, with like 3 main villains. One is just another very much looks like Supreme Card. He gets nothing really. Dr. Urinsu? She is very much that Toriyama style villain that we've seen a few times with like either it's Toa or Mira. I can't remember which is which. Here we go, Toa. That's the one. It very much looks a lot like Toa. And is very much a kind of rehash of Toa a little bit. I don't know why. Didn't they just use Toa as a character? Or make her canon. Makes sense. Make her canon. Make Toa canon. Yeah, make this the start of Toa, and then we eventually see her in, you know, Xenoverse and all those kind of things. I don't know. Kuma is just kind of very much a peel-off style character. Then turns giant. And that's kind of it. Yeah, I don't know. Daima's that weird thing of just like, I don't know if I'll go back to it at any point. I haven't gone back to Super, to be fair. But I have read the manga. Yeah, I've gone through all the manga because I want to basically get to the stuff that's not in the anime. But yeah, Daima's that weird. It's that weird thing. Yeah, it is the last Dragon Ball anime that Toriyama's involved with. Like, it has something there, but ultimately, this is kind of it. This is the end. I know the end of Dragon Ball in a way. Kind of sad. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of in a weird position with it, where I'm like it, but also I don't like it in some ways. It's very much a kind of, yeah. Good music, but it just kind of really didn't go anywhere. Because again, it's a prequel, so it can't really change anything. Nothing. The status quo doesn't really change. Yeah, I kind of I'd love to see the Demon Realm involved in any kind of future things. I want to see what's the. I kind of, yeah. To me, it's just like I want to see what is the future of Dragon Ball. Like, where do we go from here with Dragon Ball? Yeah, is this the end? Will we be getting more Dragon Ball? I really don't know. Well, we got the I'm just looking at the Dragon Ball wiki, just like, what? Having not talked about that. Like I said, the Demon Realm is kind of cool. I feel like it wasn't explored very well. Personally. But we saw a decent amount of it, but I don't know. I'm kind of missing from it. Like, we kind of just like, yeah, we're done. We're done with the Demon Realm. Is just, I don't know. I'm really struggling with this. I'm just like, I would have liked to see more of what was going on in the Demon Realm, maybe more fights. Most of this is just a kind of a little venture, and a lot of times it's just the kind of main army just kind of shooting at our main characters. That's about it. Got the Tamigami. They're kind of cool. And they're kind of very mostly disrespectful of our main characters. Yeah. Number 1 fights Goku, 2 fights Vegeta, and then... Wait, no. 3 fights Goku. 1 fights Ku. And then 2 fights Vegeta. Getting the wrong way around. Ooh, kind of cool. See them explored a bit more. There's a lot of things in this. I'm just like, kind of want a bit more of those. Maybe the Tamigami need like a weird fusion form. I don't know. Feels, I don't know, it feels a bit short, this show. Only 20 episodes. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know with Dragon Ball Daima. I'm gonna have a think of it, and maybe I'll talk about it a bit more whenever I'm the Kakarot DLC. I need to go back to Kakarot. Go back to it soon. I'm just thinking to go, nah, I should probably go back to Kakarot. I think I'd start getting to the androids. Yes. No. Already past the androids. No, it's the tournament. That's where we are. That's where I am. Right before the tournament. We're getting some boo. Yeah, we'll go back to Kakarot. I'm going to go back to Kakarot. I enjoy Kakarot. It's a fun game to just run around and just punch people for a bit. And just chill out. It's not too taxing, it's a good chill game. And eventually I'll get Sparkling Zero. That's all the Dragon Ball, right? Not missing something else. I think Xenoverse got some DLC. Xenoverse got Daima DLC. Kakarot got Daima DLC. Yeah, Xenoverse did. And then Sparkling Zero got Daima DLC. Everything got DLC. I feel like we don't hear much. Like, Sparkling Zero was one of those things where I don't hear much about it. Like, I know people enjoyed it, but then it feels like it kind of disappeared. That weird thing to say, like it just from the zeitgeist, it kind of just disappeared. That no one really talks about it. I'm just gonna the people praying so DLC so poorly. Apparently the DLC was handled poorly. People say well, they didn't put English voice acting for the DLC. What? Okay, that's weird. That's very strange. Apparently the dub for Daima been handled poorly. Yeah, the episodes aren't even out yet. As of recording, they've only just started airing them. So I'm recording this on the 10th of June. The first episode comes out on the 15th of June. What the fuck? How? There's only 20 episodes. How has it taken this long to dub it? The fuck? English dub premiered. Oh, it premiered on Crunchyroll. So it's all on Crunchyroll, right? Because why is it saying an air date? Surely it doesn't. Surely you'd just put the date of when it was on. No, I'm checking Crunchyroll. Now you got me curious. I'm just like, going on. Let me log into Crunchyroll. I haven't used Crunchyroll in a bit. I basically watched it for Daima and I was like, cool, I'm done. I do want to wonder if someone wants me to watch any other anime. There are a few things I wouldn't mind doing, but the problem is copyright is a bitch. For some reason I seem to be getting away with just putting these Daima episodes out. And I did not expect it. They seem to be just not being taken down. It's nice. My account. That's not my account. Why do I not have my password? There we go. Logging into my Crunchyroll account. Do. How do I? Why do I not see the dub version? Dragon Ball Daima. Why do I not see this? That's subtitled. What? Why is there no dub on here? What the fuck? Okay, well, yeah, apparently there's a... Wikipedia's saying they're on Crunchyroll, but they're not. Did they put only a few episodes on Crunchyroll? Confused. The English dub premiered on Crunchyroll on the 10th of January. Okay. Is that like all of them, or I assume not? That's not right. This is an article from October last year. So maybe that source is not right. I don't know, because I can't see them on Crunchyroll. Which is weird. This is a weird release. Why? If there's only 20 episodes, and we've known about this for ages, like they had like a fucking trailer for it, like I feel like a year before it came out. Mostly because I was annoyed, because I was like, oh, why? A prequel to a prequel? Why are they kids? Let me just double check. When did the first trailer come out? Came out, it says a year ago. Oh, Okay, the 12th of October 2023. They've known about this for ages. Thing from Daima? Yeah, she had a lot of animation. Like a year before this came out. How did they not have the dub out? Okay, anyway. I've rambled on enough about Dragon Ball Daima. Let me know if you want me to watch any other animes. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep... I'm just going to go back to my usual schedule of putting out 3 Let's Plays out on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Or if I throw in a new anime in this slot. If there is an anime you want me to watch, let me know. Maybe take me a while because these weirdly the copyright on these just seem to... Toei doesn't seem to be doing anything. They're on there, but then they never get back to me, and then they just disappear from my channel, which is nice because I have these commentary videos that are actually on my channel. Obviously not with the full episodes; they're blurred, but they still get a copyright strike. But Toei seem to be ignoring it, which is nice. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to say to you, live long and prosper. And we'll see you sometime in the future for more Dragon Ball content, whatever that may be. Bye for now.